Good morning. Welcome to the forecast discussion for October 10th, 2012. It is 9 a.m. and it's a Wednesday. We're almost through the week. We're getting ready to charge towards the weekend. Unfortunately for today, we're dealing with some raw, wet, unsettled weather conditions as a mid-level disturbance has basically introduced plenty of moisture into the atmosphere, leading to scattered showers along the coast, temperatures in the upper 40s to lower 50s over the northern interior, and mid 50s to upper 50s along the coast, with fog and periods of showers and overcast conditions, rather raw weather conditions this morning. The good news is that all of this is going to clear out by this evening. The bad news is we're going to have to deal with this for the rest of the day, with temperatures pushing into the mid to upper 60s along the coast and lower to mid 60s over the interior. So what can we expect for today? Well, first let's take a look at our observations. You can see our scattered showers lingering over the New York City metropolitan area, lifting to the north and east as our disturbance starts to depart out into the Atlantic. As you head towards southern and central New Jersey, we'll just be dealing with variable cloud cover, a few breaks of sun here and there. For northern New Jersey and much of the New York City metropolitan area, look for showers to continue to linger on until about noon, and then we'll see a brief break before our cold front moves through later on this afternoon and evening. Now, taking a look at the water vapor satellite picture, you can clearly see our disturbance that really was supposed to be a lot weaker than what it turned out to be, and that's why we had scattered showers this morning. And that's a pretty important observation, because this disturbance and the showers that it produces is going to slow this cold front just enough to keep the threat of showers in place until the early evening hours. After the early evening hours, let's say about 7 p.m., conditions will dry out and you'll see clearing skies throughout the entire northern mid-Atlantic. So if you're heading out to the baseball game, the Yankees are playing tonight, I believe, expect, wet, cool conditions at first, but then we'll start to dry out. I think the game will be played. I think there will only be a chance for a few showers at the very first, inning or two of the game, and then thereafter, dry conditions will commence. So if you are going to the game, prepare for some cool conditions, but the game will definitely be played. That I can pretty much guarantee at this point. Taking a look at the visible satellite picture, should I say. This is as of 9 a.m. and the reason why I'm bringing this up is that you see all these low clouds in eastern and central Pennsylvania. Some of these low clouds are going to break up, but not all of it, and as a result we're going to be dealing with variable cloud cover throughout the day, and then we'll see an increase in cloud cover as our cold front moves through. Now notice the cold front is just starting to get into western Pennsylvania. At the speed that it's moving, look for showers to continue to remain a threat into the early evening hours, like I said. Taking a look at the water vapor satellite picture for all of North America. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because we can see the entire impact of what's going to be, entire influence of the upcoming pattern over the next couple of days. You can see our deep trough over the northern plains and over the Great Lakes, and our cold front moving through. Notice this upper level low. This is part of our subtropical jet stream. This upper level low will gradually open up and drive towards the east coast by the end of this weekend. It's going to produce an interesting setup for early next week. And then we have our powerful ocean storm just to the south of the Aleutian Islands that is moving towards the Gulf of Alaska. That will basically introduce more of a Pacific influence to our weather pattern going into next week and keeping us a little bit more on the warm side for a few days, with temperatures averaging near to slightly above normal. Not anything significant, maybe a degree or two above normal, if that. So let's take a look at the latest model guidance. This is using the European model guidance from the Penn State EWOL website. Again, this is from last evening, the latest observations of our deep trough in the east. Here's our ocean storm, here's our subtropical disturbance, and here's our pesky disturbance right along the coast. Now again, this is supposed to be weaker than what actually turned out to be. So it even shows that even the latest 0Z model guidance did not forecast this disturbance correctly. And that's an important observation to take into account as we move forward into the forecast, and I'll show you why. For this evening, our cold front moves through, high pressure starts to take hold. Look for, again, scattered showers to remain a threat until about the early evening hours, and then we start to clear out. By midnight tonight, most locations will be under the influence of scattered to clear skies, and temperatures falling into the upper 30s to lower 40s over the interior, and mid to upper 40s along the coast. For the rest of the week, high pressure is going to be in control, so that's a little bit of good news. Thursday and Friday, dry conditions can be expected with a powerful high pressure system in place. Temperatures averaging near normal with highs in the lower to mid 60s. For this weekend, high pressure is going to remain in control for Saturday and for Sunday. So if you have plans for this weekend, expect dry conditions for Saturday and Sunday, with temperatures rebounding nicely. Saturday is going to remain near normal to slightly below normal, with temperatures in the upper 50s to lower 60s. However, by Sunday, with a southwesterly wind, many locations will be in the lower to mid 70s. Perfect weather conditions for going out to pick some pumpkins or apples or anything of that nature, or just to get ready for Halloween. Now, by the time we get into early next week, notice throughout this entire forecast period that our upper level low moves into the southwest and ejects out into the northern plains in the form of a strong cold front that will be plowing through the eastern United States. By Monday, that cold front moves through, but part of this disturbance lingers over portions of the Tennessee River Valley, and the European Malagines tries to produce an ocean storm, a nor'easter almost, for the northern Atlantic. The GFS Malagines is completely different. It produces a cold front, and that's about it. Now, what did we learn from this morning? That some of these disturbances are a little bit stronger than what the Malagines is projecting. I think what we have here is a potential for some lingering showers on Tuesday, but I'm not convinced of an ocean storm because this pattern is rather progressive. What I do expect is something in between the GFS and the European Malagines. Cold front moves through, a weak wave of low pressure develops along that front, produces a few scattered showers on Tuesday, but right now I'm not convinced of a nor'easter like what the Malagines are trying to show here. And the reason why is because this pattern is very progressive, and any disturbance that's going to form over the mid-Atlantic coast is going to be kicked right out very quickly because of what's on its wings, namely this disturbance right here. When you have these disturbances lined up like this driving into the west coast or Pacific Northwest, that usually does not support a ocean storm or a nor'easter along the east coast like what we're seeing here in the Malagines. So it's something to keep an eye on, but I think right now what we'll likely see is a cold front move through on Monday with scattered showers. Our temperatures fall off into the mid to upper 50s for highs. And then on Tuesday, a weak wave of low pressure will develop along that cold front, producing a few scattered showers, much like what we're seeing this morning. But at this time, I do not believe we're going to see a nor'easter develop along the East Coast for Monday night into Tuesday, or Tuesday into late Tuesday evening. But we'll keep an eye on this evolution. Well, that is your forecast discussion for today. Of course, I'm your meteorologist, Stephen DiMartino. You can follow the latest weather information at nynjpaweather.com and NYNJPA Weather on Twitter and Facebook. Have a wonderful day. Stay safe out there.